Happy Thanksgiving Eve, everybody. We know you guys are in the kitchen whipping it up, stirring it up, serving up them pots, are purposely starving yourself so you can go and eat all them people food at whatever house you're going to tomorrow. But while you're doing that, me and Tori B are going to be here to give you some tea while you wait on Thanksgiving dinner. Tori B, what's going on?
I'm good. I'm just thankful I ain't in the kitchen this Thanksgiving.
Baby, as soon as we get done with this, I'm going to hop right on over to Real Housewives of Beverly Hills on the lean for that review. You guys know I'm a panelist there. And I'm going to give that review, and then I'm going straight to the kitchen. And I'll be in there like, what's her name? Niecy. Was it Niecy on Babs? My connection is just frozen dozing. What's the
I know.
My Wi-Fi is bad. Oh, okay.
I thought I put it on a private one. And
No, you didn't. Thank you. Let me delete it. Gonna girls find out that you're reading me again. Delete that comment. They said put user in timeout, but I ain't do it to you. Hold on. While I'm doing that, you guys, this is No Chaser TV. Hey, everybody over there on X. Hey, everybody down to the YouTube. I'm going to get my connection fixed, but before I do, we are 5 subscribers away from 800 subscribers, but our ultimate goal is 1,000 subscribers. So make sure that you guys like, comment, turn the notification bell on, and ultimately make sure that you're subscribing no matter what. Y'all know how we hold it down for the people every Wednesday. I got my cocktail this week, because last week I didn't drink, but this week I'm drinking. So we're gonna go ahead and have a good ass time tonight. Let's go ahead and see. Hey, Sean, thank you for showing up, Diva. I appreciate you as the people come into the room. And let me go ahead and establish my connection. While I do that, Tori B, give me 1 second. I think I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, Sean, you cooking, Sean? What you cooking? Listen to.
Yes, I have an ask Sean what she gonna cook for dinner in a minute.
This is the perfect time to be listening to us while you cooking, so you don't be thinking about how annoying and laborious it is to cook. Cause shit,
I just don't like the cleaning part of the cooking. That's why I need a move.
That part is the cleaning. I'm not
while I cook it.
It's a lot.
That was just people after 5 seconds, people.
I was shredding cheese last year. I'm like, damn, I really gotta shred my own cheese. You know, they said that's the better way to do it, but it's not fun for me.
Hold on, Tori. There we go. Hello?
Yes.
Okay. Let me go ahead and redo my connection while I'm doing this. Hey, you guys, can you hear me good?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, you guys. So while we're doing that, we're going to go ahead and get into the order of business today. Hey, everybody coming in the room. I appreciate that. What man I got to say? Already finished making my coconut cake and sweet potato pie. I know that's right. Now, Mel, is the sweet potato patty or is that you? Because I got a patty going on this year, baby.
I do like coconut cake too. My granny make a mean sweet potato pie and a coconut cake. She known for baking.
Can I tell you something? My doctor, right, asked me what do I like, what is like, we're trying to figure out, because I actually am really serious about, I just want to lose some weight, right? That's my thing, right? I want to lose some weight now. So that's where I'm at. And so we were talking, he asked like, are you big on sweets? And I was like, no. So he was like, so what are you eating and drinking? I said, alcohol and chicken wings, and bean and go. And as soon as you cut them out in 30 days, you'll see a miraculous difference. And I don't know how I'm going to do that, Diva, because I can't leave it alone.
Well, you should only drink shots. That's how I do it.
Oh, just started. Thank you, doggy.
Yeah, man. Somebody got that door. That's it. My dog is really a guard dog. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Anybody come near my door, he ready to fight. But yeah, drink straight shots. That takes out the sugar. When you do mixed drinks, that's the problem.
Okay.
And yeah, you do gotta cut out the fried foods, Diva. Sorry.
But you know what's so crazy, Diva? Like, I think I'm just now starting to get to the point where I acknowledge that, because my whole life I was 130, 140, and then like over the last 6 to 7 years, I've gained all of this weight, and I guess I just did not acknowledge my body changing,
Yeah.
And
It
it's
ha-
like it's hard to give it up.
yeah. Honestly, the Puerto Rican side of me, all we do is eat fried food. Not so much the black side, because we could eat baked chicken. I could eat, rotisserie chicken. Um, I just try not to eat the fried foods. And a lot of the Spanish food is, we call it a cuchi frito. And cuchi frito is all fried food.
Coochie free throws.
That's what it's called.
Y'all coochie free throws. What you said?
It's basically a Spanish restaurant that has just like all fried food. So like, you eat the empanadas and the fried potatoes and stuff like that, and all of the fried stuff that Spanish people make. All right,
Okay.
good. Yeah.
All right. How about now? What's it giving?
Mm,
Still going the same?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Oh boy, I hate this for me.
It's still lagging.
All right, we're about to get started. Can't keep the people waiting no more.
Y'all eat tamales. See, that's the thing. The fried food will get you every time. I don't eat rice like that no more. I'm not really big on rice. I try to eat a lot of veggies. Like, I know I'm gonna tear me up some collard greens tomorrow. Collard greens and macaroni and cheese. But a lot of that time, I don't do a lot of those foods like that anymore. Like, Thanksgiving is the exception where I really do eat probably the worst. And that's my time to eat, because Thanksgiving is the best. Can't eat rice like that. It's bad for you, y'all know. Like, I try to eat jasmine rice when I can, because I love yellow rice, Spanish rice. That's my thing. Try to eat the beans. Try to get my protein how I can. But Chase will be back in a minute. He having Wi-Fi issues. That's the thing about technology. So what's your favorite dishes for Thanksgiving? Mine is always going to be mac and cheese. And the mac and cheese must be macking and cheesing. That's how I feel. But what are your favorite Thanksgiving dishes? I would like to know. All right, there you go. It's there now.
Okay. Sorry about that, you guys. Boy, did we have a time last night at Married to Medicine. The comments were jumping. Thank you, Tori B. But the conversation on the stage was given to what you guys think about the Married to Medicine premiere. Tori B, I know you had some thoughts about Married to Medicine, so go ahead and tell us. Because you tried to call in your situation with lag. So what's that? So give us some tea.
It's a good start. We kicked it off with drama between Heavenly and Sweet Tea. They picked up from where they left off from social media, and they got the husbands involved in a mess.
Whose side are you on?
Heavenly.
Girl, you full of shit.
Don't talk about my dead mama.
No, I don't. Heavenly talk about. One thing about me. Don't talk about my mom. Now did you catch that? I done cleared girl up once again.
You'll be all right. I was not talking about your mama. What? Yo.
Mama.
He's still bringing this out. I did not talk about your mama.
No. We're not talking about. Oh yes, what? If you guys were with us on Monday and last night, Tori say she'll beat your mama up. But no, Dr. Heavenly talks about mama. I don't give a fuck if my mama living or dead. Do not talk about her.
Yeah.
So now
she,
even though I'm not saying that it was right, but what I'm saying is you established that line of communication that was okay, because you have been yelling up. That lady mama had a stroke and you kept saying your mama, your mama, your mama.
I forgot about that. You definitely right.
Oh no. And not only that, I still hold steadfast in my belief that T has done interview after interview saying that while she did know and was cool with Toya and Simone, who was most influential in getting her to join the show was Jackie and Heavenly, which makes me feel like that's odd, because why were they so hell-bent on getting someone who was supposed to be Heavenly's good Judy, Quad, ex-husband, and his new wife back on the show. I think that's suspect. I think that's suspect. And then I also think that once you get her on the show for the show, then heavily dogged her out all up and through the season until she started responding. And when the girl responded, whoa, 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 you know what I mean? But unfortunately, you established a line of communication to talk about your mama. And it's interesting for me because I don't agree with any mother talk. You see, that's why I don't talk about mamas. You see what I'm saying?
I get that.
Because I can tell your mama to you. Let me tell you my lesson with that. You know what my lesson was? I'm from Florida, and Dr. Heavenly is too. And so we do say your mama. We say that. Because we want to what? Fight. Those are fighting words in Florida, right? Your mama, my mama. You get what I'm saying? So there's that. However, I had a coworker who I love dearly. I hope she's watching. I hope she's okay. How you doing? I love her so much. And she really helped me down at that job for all those years. We held each other down. She's really big into the stories. You know, I call these shows the stories, right? And one day we were all joking around and she said something to me. And I said, your mama. And she got really quiet and she started crying and she was upset and she had to walk away. And I was like, oh God, well, I'm just joking. You know, it wasn't like I didn't mean anything by it. Of course, I apologized. And when she came back, she said, you know, my mom passed away. So I know you didn't mean it that way. And I understand, you know, we were joking, but it's not funny to me. Mm-hmm. And that changed my outlook on it. And that was only a couple years ago, y'all. Because up until then, that was your mama, your mama, your mama, your mama, right? And having worked for Lisa Nicole at the time that Mariah had the miscarriage and her mom had that stroke, for me to hear Heavenly say that, I just feel like if I know that, and I'm not a cast member, most certainly you know that. So why do you keep doing that? Yes, her mother has been a menace, you know, but I just think it's other ways Dr. Heavenly could have gotten her, most especially with whatever Dr. Heavenly felt like her truth was. So while I don't condone what Sweet Tea said, I don't feel, oh God, I do feel bad and I don't condone it, but I have to wash my hands of it because you set that precedent. And so I understand. For that is why I'm on Sweet Tea's side.
The other side of it, now that you say it, right?
Yes.
You know, Heavenly is Quad's bestie. Or they working back towards, you know, building their relationship back.
I wouldn't trust as far as I could throw her.
I will say that Heavenly is going to do what's best for the show, though. Because you got to keep it going.
Mm-hmm.
And I think she thought, Quad ain't got nothing going on, and I'm going to just, this is how you going to bring her back and give her a storyline, is to bring Greg and that woman on there. And I think that's what she thought. But it was more than she could bargain for. And maybe she thought that Sweet Tea was going to be easy to roll over on, and she wasn't.
Now she thinks she's a country bumpkin.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. She's made that clear on more than one occasion.
Yep.
I know. There goes Sean again. It's about time you back on the side of wrong, Sean. You've been right too long.
But I'm here. Cecil. Y'all guys amnesia. Cecil was the one talk about Sweet Tea was an upgrade. Y'all forgot about that?
In his opinion.
But he loving on Quad now.
He can be Quad friend and feel like that woman better for him than Quad was. If I was to say that Sweet Tea was an upgrade for Dr. G, it's because that's the kind of woman he needs. Right? That's not a slight at Quad.
A woman that's easily manipulated? Manipulated?
Is she easily manipulated? Is she easily manipulated, or do he just figure out a way to manipulate her? But she's very well aware that she's being manipulated.
She's easily influenced. And yes, that's what he needed. Yes. Because he's the older. And remember, last season, that's what happened. Remember, she got mad because he would lie to her and tell her somebody broke in the house and all of this. So yes, I do believe she is the right person for him, because as a Taurus, ain't no way Quad was going to allow a man to do the shit that he do to Sweet Tea. And that's why.
Talk about it. You want to talk about it? You want to do it? You want to go? You want to slice and dice? You want to go? You want to do it?
Go ahead. We got a full.
We got a full show, but a conversation could be had that asks the question, was Quad using Dr. G? Her best friend starting a show about marrying doctor wives, being married to doctor's wives, or being a doctor wife. Y'all caught off the wedding right before the wedding. Toya said that in the first season, first episode. Y'all caught off the wedding with that text message. You both got mugshots. Wasn't nobody going to the shit. So after that, you still hold on, wait. After that, you still married him. You never had the baby with him because y'all had problems. He says y'all stopped having sex after the season 2 reunion and you divorced him season 5, season 6. So there were years that went by that y'all didn't have sex. There's a conversation that could be asked. Now, I don't know if the answer is yes to the question of that conversation, but that's certainly fair to be out on the table. Did she use him to get where she wanted to go? And once she got there, she dropped him like she dropped her best friend.
I totally forgot about all that.
But you see what I'm saying? And these are conversations that we have just through the history. Quad, all right with me? Y'all know, but I whack everybody. Everybody gonna get whacked with me if you deserve to get whacked, unless your name Karen. And even Monday, I whacked Karen on Monday. Did I not?
Yeah, you did.
So I'm very thank you, bitch. So am I fair or not?
On Potomac and Married to Medicine.
Am I fair or not? It's a yes or no.
Well, it's my square, and I said what I said.
Don't be unfair. You need to be fair in that assessment.
I said what I said.
You didn't say anything.
You fair sometimes.
All right, get your ass on with the bullshit. Get your ass on with the bullshit. Thank you, Amanda K. Oh, see what Quad had.
I forgot about the mugshots. You right.
I'm just saying, and they still got married anyway. So that's somebody who wanted to do what? Either really get married to that man or really want to be on this show.
Yeah.
Because she wasn't getting on it at that time. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and talk about Bravo FanFest in Miami. I'm going to try to do so as politely as possible because I have thoughts and I'm not going to divulge them. So I should have just kept my mouth shut. But whatever. If I did all that, I could feel a type of way about something, right? Andy confirmed that Kenya Moore will definitely be seen this season, and we will get the entire fallout, and nothing will be edited. I know that was a big conversation piece here on No Chase TV. It's a lot of reason why a lot of you guys followed me, because while I didn't break the tea, I confirmed the tea because it was out and I knew about it. God, I wish I would have done it, but I was sworn to not say anything. So I guess the people who told me thought that the other people ain't had no people, but it got out. Either way it got out, it was confirmed to me that she wasn't coming back this season, and that was true. And so a lot of the worry was that she was not going to be seen, and we didn't know what kind of a season we were going to get, but Andy has confirmed that she will be as a part of this season as anyone else. And so how do you feel about that? I'm actually personally glad that we're going to go ahead and get what happened. We're going to be able to see it with our own eyes. And I'm starting to feel like, and this is early, and if I'm wrong, I'll go ahead and admit it I'm wrong later, because I was wrong about Stacey, and I'll address it on Monday. I was wrong about something about Stacey. I'll address it on Monday. I feel like when we watch it, because this is dragged out so long, it's not even going to be a big deal. It's going to be like, oh, that's what happened. I could be wrong.
Here's the thing. I need to see her and hear her speak her truth at the reunion too.
Yeah.
So I hope. I think they filming the reunion soon. So I hope we get that.
Amanda K says that's why she apologized. As we know, she went on Tamron Hall and struggled to get it out, but she did get the apology out, and she struggled to take some accountability, but she took the accountability for what happened. And Andy says that he was also glad to hear that she took accountability for the situation. He's in constant contact with Kenya, and I really feel like it was a precautionary measure, whatever happened, because they really didn't want anything ruined in such a pivotal season for Atlanta. So I'm glad that we'll at least get some Kenya Moore this season before we move forward and I get the rest of your thoughts, Tori B, go ahead and read this super chat. I think it's from Cortez. Thank you, Cortez.
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday.
I see. You had some coochie chocolate. Coochie what?
Don't put that out there, coochie. It's called coochie frito.
Coochie Frito. Coochie and Fritos. You got some coochie. Thank you so much, Cortez, for the super chat. We do appreciate you. And I'll be seeing you just a little bit over on the Lean for the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. The super chats do go to the betterment of the channel. And so we're trying to get the lights on and keep them on as we do here on No Chase TV from month to month. And I do also want to say that we'll just go ahead and call Tori B Jacqueline from now on, since she like coochie and Fritos too. All right.
Ew, don't do that. Now, Cortez, I will agree. I don't know if she really took accountability because then she started arguing with a blogger about or whoever worked at Tamron Hall, right? Or the clip that they posted. She was upset, child.
She was hot about it. That's true tea. She was hot.
Yeah, now, not Jacqueline, child. Absolutely. Don't come. That's disgusting.
Yeah, Jacqueline is a little raunchy. I played back our conversation that we were having in our viewpoints in regards to the use of the word ghetto and whorish and all of those things. And I stand by what I told the VCO. I stand.
I call men whore. So a man, a woman for me,
yeah,
call a whore. But I don't blatantly call everybody whores. It's just, to me, you know who's a whore? I could tell you who's a whore and who should have a picture in a dictionary when you see the word whore. It's Future. That's a whore.
Oh, the right. It's a cold world we living in. I can't slander Future because he always, and forevermore will be remembered for the summer of 2015. Atlanta, Dirty Sprite hit the streets like crack, bitch. Oh my God.
It did. That was
God, I had so much fun. And then immediately after that, you followed up with Drake. What a Time to Be Alive for the fall. You know, my song wasn't that whole out on that whole What a Time to Be Alive.
What is it?
Diamonds, 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 diamonds on me.
Oh yeah, I like that in Jumpman. Yeah, Diamonds and Jumpman.
Jumpman, usually over. Yeah. And then my favorite song was on
Drake ain't like us, all right? Drake ain't like us.
Yes, Cortez was there. Dirty Sprite hit that street of Atlanta like rap, bitch. I serve the bass. That's serve the bass.
Oh yeah, I serve the bass. Yeah.
I used to be in the car like zooming out to the. You're ever rich in for the fame, water. What? Oh my God,
child.
Woo.
They don't make music like that. No, I don't want to talk about it. You know where I was that year?
Cortez, I'm not gonna touch it.
You know what I was doing in 2015?
What?
This is some tea for y'all. I was actually writing for Source Magazine. So that was a time because I was actually writing about music. I sure did. I'm printed, child.
Okay, that explains a lot. Okay, I learned something about you.
I'm a journalist too. Yeah, very passionate about music and entertainment. I wrote about entertainment, whether it was movies, and I was my major in college was cinema and cultural studies. So there you go.
That is so crazy because at that time, 2015, I was writing for That Grape Juice. Do you ever heard that place?
Yes, I know That Grape Juice.
For That Grape Juice that summer, and then by that fall, I was working for Sheen Magazine and writing for them. So yeah. Hey Patricia Hunt, it's been a while, Patricia. So good to see you. Happy Thanksgiving. Those are some good. Oh my God, let me tell you something. I always say, like, y'all know I have like something for everything, right? Like a thing for everything, right? So remember when Michael Jackson's song "Man in the Mirror," right?
Yes.
And I don't know what he says, but he says, and we're gonna look it up and get the lyric right so I can finally start saying it right. But he says, "There's some with no home, with a nickel alone." Was it nickel to rub or nickel alone?
Do it
Man,
me, do it me.
yeah, for 2015, baby, I was in the street without a nickel alone, and I had the time of my life. Oh my God.
Them broke days actually were very legendary. We
I'm
were
here again
very
now. That is so sad.
imaginative. Yeah.
I'm
We
here
were,
again now, but you know, the circumstances are different. Back then it was just because we were young, but now, you know, whatever. But anyway, back then, and I just had so much fun that summer. Tori be like,
put Mel's comment up. Look what Mel
what now?
said.
Say about it. Have I? No, I have not. But I wish. Let me hush now because y'all
There's
gonna
a
get me.
lot of other people. Me growing up in Harlem, I've been around and
Weren't you
had
working with
the
Lisa?
pleasure. Had the
Yes.
pleasure to meet, but no, not Diddy. I met his mama though.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
Janice, Miss Janice.
I've met Janice.
I've never
Yes.
met Miss Janice. Wasn't I working with Lisa Nicole then too? Yeah, I had to stop working with Lisa Nicole. I was on the grind, bitch. When I hit the A, I'm feeling like that hungry again. Like when I hit the A, I hit the A running. Do you hear me? I was a year into the A. I was grinding. I grinded for like the first 3 or 4 years when I moved to the A, like really hard. Great years, fun times. Okay, we got another one. Go ahead and read that.
Zoel, happy early Turkey Day. Gobble gobble, cousins.
Thanks, cuz. We appreciate it. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and get into some more Bravo Fan Fest tea because Portia says that Brittany Edie is a baby Kenya and bitch, Kenya wasn't having it. Kenya replied back with that iconic scene from the reality show that Naomi Campbell was on and basically said that Brittany Edie could never be her. So just wanted to throw that out there. I wonder if there's some friction because of that, because when Portia said that, I understood where she was coming from, but it wasn't going to sit well with Kenya at all. Do you think all is well between Kenya and Portia?
She said, I think on the Fan Fest, she said they were still in communication. She
But
keeps
that was she said this at FanFest.
right. So I don't know.
So as a fan, as of that moment at FanFest, they were still good. But immediately after that, immediately after Portia said that, Kenya did go ahead and post a video saying that don't ever compare me to her. She'll never be me. She doesn't have the range. She doesn't have the vocals. You know, like don't ever compare me to her. I was wondering if you thought that maybe there was some friction because of that. Because not only did Portia have thoughts on that, she also shared thoughts on Drew Sidora, and I do have a comment from Portia regarding Drew Sidora. Am I the only one who still does that?
Yeah, I ain't doing that. Ain't that from the game?
Yes.
Mm.
Barbie, I got to ask you though.
What?
Well, I'm gonna ask you after. I'm not gonna ask you before. I'm gonna ask you afterwards, and I want you to be honest. Hopefully, you can do that. Lord, gee. Instead of being lied to me about me not being fair. Drew needs. She says she was asked on a panel about who needed to be more unfiltered in the Atlanta cast, and she said that Drew needs to be more unfiltered. She would love Drew to be her authentic self sometimes, and if you say something and it's filtered with something else, then it's hard to remember what you say. And when asked what it was that Drew was filtering her thoughts with, Portia promptly replied, lies. So this is yet another cast member who is accusing Drew of being a liar. Drew did go ahead and respond to that comment, accusing her of being a liar. And Drew said, give me 1 second. Let me see if I want to try something out. I want to see if I figured it out. I don't think I have figured it out, y'all. But before I do it the old-fashioned way, I want to try to do it the right way. No, I didn't figure it out. It's not going to work. Yeah. Okay, so let me just go ahead and do it this way. 1 second, let me remove that comment. Thank you so much, Zoel. All right, go ahead, Tori B.
Hello, Pot. I'm Kettle. Didn't you leave on a lie and return to creating lies because someone couldn't talk about someone? Okay.
Now, I'm going to just ask you this before we get into this thoughts about this situation. And I want to go ahead and remove that so everybody can see. Now, we covered season 13 over on Clubhouse where we had over 20,000 members of that club, the Real Housewives. What is the real? What was it? The
Real House.
real
I don't remember.
Real Housewives of Clubhouse. Real
Yeah, Real
women.
Housewives of Clubhouse.
The women of reality TV.
That's what it was. Yeah.
The women of reality TV. We had over 20,000 members. Me and Tori were regularly on the panel. I was a host. And when season 13 of Real Housewives of Atlanta, first of all, I don't know if you remember during that season, though, you remember everything else. I hope you remember this. Remember, I called it first. I said, not Phaedra, but Portia seems checked out like she's not coming back next season.
You wasn't really a fan of Portia like that.
I wasn't, but I said she's not engaging with Kenya about this stuff anymore. Like, she's just disengaging. She's not arguing. Like, she's not coming back. Something's up. And I didn't know what. And then news hit. And remember, we hosted a clubhouse room and Fallon came in our room, remember?
Yeah. Yes, Fallon did come in our room. Well, congratulations, Fallon.
Yes, she came in the room under her baby daddy's clubhouse account, remember?
Mm-hmm.
And she kept trying to be let up, and they let her up. She was like, well, actually, this is Fallon, and y'all haven't heard. And we were like, oh!
Yeah, I love that about Clubhouse, though. People would do shit like
just
that.
Drop in on us. Remember, they would drop, like, who was that? Candace dropped in and started arguing with us, remember?
Yes, and producers would be in there listening.
Producers would come and drop in, and I actually am producing it. And because we were reading them because of how bad season 8 was of Married to Medicine.
Yep.
And they were mad. Remember, they were mad at us about that.
Yep.
But we weren't going to hold back. They felt like that clubhouse room, everybody was so unfiltered as the question posed to Portia. Everybody was so unfiltered that when we tried to be professional and do like professional interviews, people were like, y'all fake. Why y'all ain't up there cussing them out? And it's like, girl, we trying to.
Yeah. We want people to come back, child.
We can't do that. And I'm not going to do that here either. So just get that up too. Get that hope up. But before I get your thoughts, I did want to ask, from the clubhouse days, did I ever like Drew Sidor?
No. You ain't never like her.
So what I'm confused about is, well, I'm not confused. Drew says that she left on a lie. So the lie that she left on was whether or not was it the Bolo thing or?
No, a little bit, but it was because she went and married Simon too. I think she's referring to both. She didn't want to answer the Bolo questions. And then remember, they were saying her and Tanya was doing stuff with Bolo. And Tanya left under mysterious circumstances too. Because the story was that they was all in a menage a trois.
But that's how I figured out that they actually did something, because why would Tanya quit the show if it wasn't true?
Right. At the time she was engaged. At the time she was engaged to a wealthy black man.
I think they're broken up now.
I know, but
well, no, I was just saying I wasn't like.
So it wasn't a good thing for her to be caught up in this menage a trois scandal,
especially with the things that she was doing in the community of Atlanta, because she was pulling weight and really working hard, and she really leveraged her platform. She was becoming the go-to person. They had just purchased the AC3 Festival in Atlanta and was, revamping that, and she was really doing a lot of exciting things in the tech space, and she distanced herself far, far, far from the Real Housewives of Atlanta. I got a little story about Tanya. She was a little nasty when I met her, but anyway, go ahead.
I believe it. I can see it. But
I was so hurt because she was my favorite. I was so hurt. She was nasty to me.
Yeah, I get it. You know who did that to me? Roxy Diaz. I'll never see it for her either.
Girl, fuck Roxy.
But yeah, like you never saw it for her. I always try to give people a chance. And it's crazy because Drew is a Taurus too. I tried. But I do agree with her on this. Two things could be true. Drew Sidor is absolutely a liar. And she's absolutely right about Portia.
And so is Portia.
Huh?
And so is Portia.
Yeah, that's what I said.
So what, they're gonna have a lie-off this season?
I guess.
Because Portia lies too.
Yep, I agree. Both of them is guilty in this case. So they cancel each other out, child. But come on, Drew. I don't know if I really have the stamina to keep up with this, whatever she got going on with Ralph either.
I don't. I really don't. I don't. I did not want her to come back at all. I was so hurt. I felt so betrayed when they brought her back. Because, like, it just didn't make any sense. Is she a lesbian? Like, I'm so confused. What happened? And then,
because I forgot about the Ty storyline.
And then remember, and do you know who is dating Ty now?
Yeah, Ming.
Who I was really wanting to be on the show, and I had no idea that she was even with her. We missed out on a good story, and that's probably why Portia won home. Portia's so messy. Because Portia really wanted Ming to be a part of the season, and that would have been something that, of course, would have unfolded because, so did you date my woman or not? I guess I had no idea Ming was, fluid. So that would have been interesting to see.
Yes, Sean Drew is making music with Dennis, and I do believe Dennis and Portia is back boinking too.
Think so?
Yeah.
All right. Well, Cynthia was doing interviews during BravoCon, and she let it be known that Phaedra only filmed 2 weeks and is a peach holder.
At the end of the day, Phaedra's a lawyer. She knew what she was doing. Y'all want me to come and save and revive this franchise? You're going to have to give me that peach.
Well, you know what? I think that they were willing to do it, too, because of the brand recognition at this point. Phaedra is one of the top reality stars in the game right now.
Yep.
Traders definitely did it. Like I said last night, I do believe that she opened the door for Married to Medicine to be viewed by a wider audience as a result of their ratings this past Sunday. They did not have a big steeping fall off from Potomac. They retained well over a majority of Potomac's audience. Plus, their demo was great, so they are stable. They're moving strong. But I feel like once she opened the door and people came in the house, they saw the furniture, which was the other ladies, and decided to stay. If that makes sense. You know what I mean? Well, because of Portia. I mean, because of Phaedra. But I think that this is a business decision. Like, she has the brand recognition. I just think it's crazy. Phaedra herself says she's going to be in like 5 to 6 episodes. So what I'm thinking the season's going to do is start off with Kenya and those 4 to 5 episodes that she's 4 to 5 episodes that she's going to get. Portia's birthday party, and they go to Nashville like that. And a couple of weeks after that, then they go to the international trip to Grenada. Is it Grenada or Grenada?
Grenada.
To Grenada, where Phaedra joins, and then those 5 or 6 out. So it probably won't be a very long season, which will probably be good, and I think. And apparently she gets into a real nasty fight with Angela, or a real big fight with Angela at the season finale. At Angela's season finale, you know Angela, right? Or you know Charles or something like that, right?
Yeah, I know her husband. He's a famous Nick player. A legendary
Nick
player. He's a Nick player. He's like legendary. Like in the 90s, he used to be very feared. Big time defensive player for the Knicks. So he's revered here in New York. Oakley could go anywhere and get the key to the city.
I think it's gonna work, Sean. I think it may work a little bit more than you think so.
Yeah, I mean, Andy hypes up everything. He's saying that this season of Atlanta is like gonna be amazing, and so we'll see.
I think so too. I think it's gonna be good. Last season, when last season came out, I had already gotten across my desk that it was a horrible season. So I didn't get that this year.
Okay. I don't know. I'm surprised you stopped playing this stupid Brit Edie shit, but let's see what she's giving.
You're here with Brit Edie.
You just had to do it.
Shouldn't have brought it up, Diva. All right, you guys. Let's see what we got next on the docket. Nene is starting a new podcast with Love and Hip Hop Atlanta's Sierra Gates. It's called, I didn't even write down what it was called. I was so aggravated. And I just have my thoughts.
Them two are unlikely pair.
Well, yeah, they know that too. And they address that. I want to play a portion of the video now.
Okay.
I'm telling all the shit. Oh, you don't want to say? Okay. No, I don't want to tell it. See, I want you to tell it because you're good at. We did So we just giving y'all a little bit of taste of what it's gonna be like.
Yep.
We have a new podcast dropping. A lot of people didn't even know that Sierra and I were really close friends the way that we are. We're so similar in so many ways that people have no idea about. So we have a new podcast dropping in the next few weeks. What's it called, Sierra?
It's called Me and My Homegirl.
Yeah. New podcast dropping. We're only keeping it real, 1,000, just really telling you guys what time it is, saying it like it
Different
is.
dynamics.
Yes, I hope you guys love it. We call ourselves Bouge Ghetto.
She's the bouge for sure. She's the bouge. You know what? Give me a few
Bouge
more
Ghetto.
let me be a little bit more seasoned and I'm gonna become the bouge. But
No,
right now
I'm ghetto too. That's why we're Bouge Ghetto, because I feel like we have both. We have both. We have both. So I have both Bouge Ghetto. Sierra has Bouge Ghetto. She has Ghetto Girls Eats. And so we kind of do all this stuff. So we hope that you guys are going to love this podcast. We're going to drop it. And we have so much to talk about, just the two of us. We will have guest interviews from time to time. But a lot of stuff is about topics and life things that Sierra and I both have experienced and been through.
Ooh,
we'll
the
talk
first
about love,
episode
relationships.
is so spicy. Y'all want to know a lot. See,
Yes.
Nene really, and for me too, I never really done, I did one podcast, maybe one, and Nene is not a person that do a lot of interviews and talk a lot, so y'all have so many speculations on like what's going on with the most famous Nene Leakes, and she really don't talk. So with no, you don't. So with that being said, our first episode is so juicy.
It is.
Y'all really gonna be getting a lot of behind the scenes about what really happened on.
What people don't know
The
is
Housewives.
that I'm asked to be interviewed all the time by any and everybody you can think of. I get emails every day where people saying, Nene, you need to interview with Shannon Sharp. You've already asked me to do it, and I have just not done it yet. Don Lemons already asked me to do it. I can't tell you the number of podcasts Jada and Des have asked me to do it. What's it, Keisha KR? I mean, everybody. And I'm saying this to say all of those podcasts are absolutely amazing. I love everything that everybody's doing.
Yep.
I'm just more private than people really know. Yep. And so I just don't do the interviews. And also, you know, when you do an interview, like I can't sit in the interview and not be real and be, I can't fake it. I'm going to just tell y'all like it is. And I just don't want to hear the shit afterwards. So I just refuse to kind of sit down and do interviews. That's it. But everybody that's doing their podcasts is out here. They're doing amazing. I let Sierra talk me into this whole podcast world. Me and my homegirl, Sierra Gates. I said Sierra Gates, and she told me, change my name. My name is Sierra Glam Shop. So now it's Sierra Glam Shop. So whatever questions you guys have, please put them up. I'm going to put this on my main page. And I'm going to make Sierra put happy holidays. Happy Thanksgiving.
So there you have it. Will you be watching? And as she said the name of it, and I still don't remember the name of it. Will y'all be watching that?
I'll tune in. I'll try it.
Let me tell you something. Nene Leakes. Let me do this because I want to be just honest. Nene Leakes is Nene Leakes. No additions needed. Nene could be on top of a podcast game. She could have her own reality show right now. And if she can't get it on the network for whatever the reason, she could go ahead and produce it herself on her own platform, get a deal with IG and do it on Instagram, do it on YouTube. Nene could have the world at her fingertips and do whatever it is that she wants to do. And I want Nene Leakes to recognize her power. Because there's nothing against Sierra, and y'all know how I feel about certain things. There's nothing against Sierra personally. I think it's beneath her. I don't think that that's her lane and that's her audience. I just think that if that's the case, Nene, get a regular side podcasting partner and do your podcast and make it all about you. And I think that Sierra could do the same on her end in her lane as well. I don't really see the need for it. And I think that Nene, if she is going to come out, she can come out a lot stronger than that, in my opinion.
So she said that Sierra convinced her to do it. So I'm gonna be honest with you, she probably wouldn't have did it on her own. That's the gist I'm getting. I'm not saying that it's the best situation, but
It's not. Nene Leakes needs to be moving like Nene Leakes. You are the queen of that style of reality television,
yeah, I
and
agree. I don't
continue to
disagree.
do things that elevate and move you into that space. There is so much going on right now. You could podcast, you could it by yourself because she's Nene Leakes and she stands alone. If anybody should have had a podcast, it would have been Nene and Cynthia. Even back in the Nene and Kim, you get what I mean? Like something like that. I just don't see the correlation. And it's probably going to be a hit. And I really do hope that it's a hit. I don't wish nothing ill or nothing bad. I just see more for Nene. I do. But I don't feel like Nene sees that for herself. And if she does see it for herself, she wants the network to make it happen and the powers to be to make it happen. And of course you do. But sometimes you got to get in the field and make it happen. And they'll have no choice but to come to you. Look at what Carlos the King is doing in this space. You know, do that. Look what Dr. Heavenly's doing in that space. In the space, do that.
I do,
And
however, feel like
it's successful. Go ahead.
I just feel like it was a missed opportunity to go on Shannon Sharp's podcast.
I would go. That thing is so hot and so relevant right now.
That's a missed opportunity.
Who is advising Nene? Who is in her corner?
No, but that's a missed opportunity. It's done so much. Look, we saying protect Cat Williams at all costs.
Well, you're saying that I don't really know what he said. I'm not.
Oh no, he predicted the downfall of Diddy. He started it. He exposed a lot of things. Cat is a prophet.
And you know what? Love. You said Nene is her own worst enemy. I could be a lot like Nene and get in my own way and get in my own head and get in my own space. And for the longest, I would self-sabotage. I was in a lot of great positions. When I was talking about how hard I used to work and grind it out when I first moved to Atlanta, and I sabotaged a lot of those spaces because I did not, A, know the etiquette, and B, either I didn't know the etiquette or I didn't recognize certain things. That was my 20s, you know. I did not know, and I came straight off the bus from Jacksonville, Florida, and went to work, and I knew what I wanted, but I didn't know either I knew what I wanted. I didn't know how to maintain it at the time once I got it, you know, and I didn't know how to nurture it, you know. And so, because that was very easy to walk in a room and get it. I get it, you know. But when you get certain things, it's about keeping it. And then once you lose those things that you worked to get, whether you kept it or you didn't keep it, whether you nurtured it or you didn't nurture it, how do you pick yourself back up and get it again? That's where I'm at now. The how do I pick myself back up and get it again phase of my life? That's where I'm at now, because I thought if I didn't have everything together by 30, my life was over. Okay? And I'm still living and life's not over. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I could be a lot like Nene in that regard and not recognizing who the hell I am. Because everybody has to recognize who the hell they are, you know? So I get it. And that's why I speak so passionately about it, because I know Nene could dominate that space as well. I know it.
Missed opportunity. Who's her manager?
Sierra, probably. Shit, I don't know.
She
Manage herself into a win-win situation. And Sierra's a very smart businesswoman. So it's gonna make waves for sure. But come on, Nene. I just think I would like it. Maybe it's just me. We got almost 100 people in the room. I see that we have new subscribers subscribing. We are almost to 800 subscribers. We're like a couple of subscriptions away. Make sure that you guys are subscribing to this channel. And we are working for 1,000 subscribers. And let me just tell you why 1,000 subscribers is important to us. Because at that moment, every video that we do, every 1,000 views that we get on video, we're going to monetize. We will begin to be paid for the content that we give you on No Chaser TV. And the reason why that's gratifying is because it shows us financially that what we're doing is good work. And it also would allow me to pay the panelists and the co-host, and just get things judged up. As you see, I've been judging it up as we've gone along within these first couple of months here. But as soon as we get to 1,000, I said I was gonna have a tea bash and burn a couple of bridges because I'm spilling everything that I know. And I know the people looking like, bitch, you're crazy. But I'm gonna have a tea bash at 1,000. And I'm sitting on a whole lot of tea right now. Catch. Whole lot of ass too. You know what I'm saying? All right.
Well, you kind of dropped some tea
All right,
about
you guys.
Atlanta. You kind of dropped some tea about Atlanta. You dropped some tea about Atlanta.
I'm sitting on more. All right, you guys. Hopefully I got that picture up because I do. There we go. All right, you guys. So the I was gonna say the Real Housewives of Vanderpump Rules. I'm so Real Housewives out. Vanderpump Rules is doing a complete and full reboot as has been acknowledged and finally announced this week. And so we're going to go ahead and read that. And we're going to talk about that for a little bit for a reason. And I'm sure you guys will pick up on what the reason is in just a little bit.
Wow, they going to add black people?
Didn't say that, did I? Did I say that?
I'm asking because
You can add me. I'll turn that fucking restaurant out.
the only black person I know that they had, well, Faith, and
Not
then
finally.
Garcelle's son.
You see how they did? You see how they did Faith?
I know.
Son?
I know.
Well,
I ain't lie. It's the truth. That's why I don't watch it.
All right, let's go ahead and read this, Tori B.
Vanderpump Rules cast to be rebooted entirely by Bravo after unsustainable season 11.
Ever since they said her breath smell like garlic and cigarettes, I just was like, ugh.
Not garlic and cigarettes. I mean,
Really.
honestly, Europeans are not known to have really good.
Don't say that because we have European fans.
I'm sorry, but I mean, it's not a thing that we don't know. I've been to London. I love it, but I'm just being honest. After a divided and divisive season 11 post Scandal, Vanderpump Rules will be entirely recast. Bravo announced Tuesday morning. After hitting ratings highs during the 10th season in 2023 in the wake of the cheating scandal known as the Scandal, as well as being nominated for 2 Emmys, Vanderpump Rules faced unsustainable difficulties when the cast convened to film season 11 in summer 2023. Adriana Maddox and Tom Sandoval, who had broken up after Maddox had discovered his affair with fellow cast member Rachel Levice, however you say her name, were largely not able to film together because Maddox absolutely despised Sandoval. She drew a strict boundary between them that was healthy for her, but proved untenable for Vanderpump Rules, which requires togetherness among the cast because it's an ensemble cast. Sandoval, meanwhile, undermined his any possibility of redemption, not only by not actually seeming sorry at all and justifying his actions at every turn, but by giving catastrophic interviews after the show premiered, first on Nick Valley's
Nick Viles podcast.
Yep. And then to the New York Times Magazine. New York Times covers this. Ugh.
It was a big deal because that was during the writer's strike, and that's how it blew up.
Oh, yeah.
New season on the show will start production next year, and the cast will be announced at a later date. So the entire cast has been removed from the show, and that was interesting, Tori B, that you asked, will there be black people? Because I had a tweet earlier this year while we were doing Summer House, remember? And that tweet blew up. And so I think now is the time to ask if that tweet is relevant to this situation because we saw shows that we love canceled altogether.
Yeah.
Shows that we love not get this kind of. I'm so sorry, guys. Excuse me. That's the Hennessy. Shows that we love not get this kind of effort, care, and consideration taken. And the stark and huge difference in this situation is Vanderpump Rules has always been a banner show since its inception on Bravo. It has always gotten the ratings. It has always provided what a show should provide. So I can understand wanting to give this a shot. But for a while, people were saying, fans were saying that they felt like the show was a dub, a done data, stick a fork in her, she's done. However, do you think that there's any credence to when people say that the same level of care and intent is not shown with shows like Candy and the Gang, Summer House Martha's Vineyard, which is now on an indefinite pause, allegedly? What do you think about that?
Of course not. I checked out of Vanderpump Rules probably after season 5 or 6.
I've been done with them.
Yeah, like I stopped watching even probably right before the Stassi and Kristen racial things happened. So honestly, it was late for me, been late, and I completely agree. I think to me at this day and age in 2024, the fact that they don't have any Black people on the show I'm not watching it. And
we don't do that.
I mean, in the reboot they may, but again, after the controversy, which obviously wasn't a big deal to most people, but when it came out about how they treated Faith, I'm not watching that. And I didn't care that Garcelle's son was on it either. So that wasn't enough for me to watch. But like, I'm not here for it. I'm sorry. I'm only for my people. Like nobody. No, I'm sorry. And I love Lisa Vanderpump. She was like one of my favorites when she was on Beverly Hills. I actually think I stopped watching after Lisa left, but for a little while. So my thing is, again, I could take it or leave it. It's not a big deal to me. But I would hope that they do add some people of color to the cast and that they treat them well.
Zola asked, didn't the older people get another show? I think it was just reported that Lala, Schwartz, and Shayna will be on The Valley with Kristen, Jax, and the rest of the racist people. They moved them all over there to that show. Allegedly, racist people moved them over there to that show. And then Ariana will be on Your Macy's Thanksgiving Parade tomorrow, so look for that. She's booked and busy.
So she don't need the show.
She does not at all. Yeah, The Valley. All right, I just want to see what you thought about that. All right, that's what happens when we have a special report, and it's time to follow up with our Jassi report because Jassi did go ahead and do an interview with Carlos King this past week, where Jassi was throwing all kinds of shade at our cast members, most especially Jacqueline. So I wonder if Jacqueline has seen that interview. And she did go ahead and discuss the timeline that her fiance's, the mother of her fiance's children, Charlissa, went ahead and confirmed last week on a couple of interviews herself. Did you take any notes from that Jassi interview?
Yes, I did.
What you got?
Jassi.
No, just give me the notes first, baby.
Okay, give you the notes. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. She started out the whole thing kissing. Her and Carlos was kissing each other's.
That's not the notes.
It is in my notes.
What's your opinion? Move that out of the way.
It was very fluffy in the beginning. Tell us about you, where you come from. I came from money. This is what she said. This is the notes.
Give us the notes straight, Flo.
It's here. She came from her family. Her grandmother had money. She came from the prestigious house of Rideau, and her grandmother had these, a chateau. This is what she said. She named her hairline after, her grandmother's family, the Rideaus. Yes. Then, Carlos being messy asked questions about Jacqueline and Mia, and is Mia be lying? And she was really soft on Mia, but very hard on Jacqueline, and just was like, yes. So we went to this event, and I loaned her my dress, my stylist, and they really got her together because otherwise she would be a mess. And she came off very performative and a little weird. Besides that, he asked her about Karen, and she was like, yes, Karen is doing well, and Karen is, when the law gets involved, that's kind of messed up. So you should just, you know, she danced around a lot of the issues with some of the ladies on the show. So we could tell who she liked and who she didn't like. She also talked about, he asked her about TJ, and if TJ is being paid, only Carlos could be that messy. And she was like,
I
actually,
can too.
yeah. So she said, actually, she took there was a little shade towards Stacey. She was like, well, she needs to clean up this marriage she has. I've spoken to TJ, and TJ is just very firm with not like trying to carry on a relationship while she's still married. So once she, finalizes that, then I think they will be in a full-on relationship, and it will look better. That's what she said. So she didn't bite into anything that Carlos was saying, which was, is he being paid by her? Is she, he was basically saying he was a paid actor, and, the other innuendos that I will not repeat, right? Because I'm not going to shame anybody, but that's what was thrown out there. And then she runs through the timeline of when they were together, her and her fiance. Now on the show, she did say it was 3 years. Now she's saying they met in 2022, and that they just met. They weren't in a relationship, and that they were talking here and there, but they were never intimate, and they weren't in a relationship. So they were talking for a whole year. Okay. So they were friends the first year, and so they were not consistent. They weren't in a full-on relationship till 2023. That's what she said. And that's when he flew her out in January of 2023. She did a lot of over explaining, like she did on the show on Potomac. A lot of unnecessary. That's why I said it was very fluffy. And so she said he flew her out. He flew her out to Paris. They went on this massive vacation. And then, Carlos was trying to get her to the nitty gritty. Well, why was he kissing the children's mother? Why was these things posted on Instagram? And she was like, well, yes, 2023, we that's when we started getting serious, and then he flew me out to Paris, and that's when allegedly that same year she didn't know about the second baby. It was like bacon, and then he was released by his team by May, and then he became depressed, and then he became inconsistent with her, and then she said, I went on about my business, and that was that. So they wasn't talking, and then the video of the baby mama and Darius were kissing in January 1 of 2024. And yet he got back with her in 2024, because then he got picked up by the Raiders in August of 2023. She made note of that. And so he was happy, and he was, what is the word? He was courting her again. So then they reignited relationships, and then they got engaged in August of 2024. And then again, it does go into the baby mother story of, so that is, their stories do match on that point. They were both at the Super Bowl. Jassi was there with his family, and she was sitting in the girl's seat, but she didn't know that that was the children's mother at that point. And he had just told her a couple days prior that he had a second kid. And Carlos is like, so he's been lying to you? And she was like, yes, and it was very hurtful and all of that. But she, she downplayed it, whatever. So it's getting like it's a revised story. That's what it gave to me. But you can tell me your thoughts.
He definitely was playing. What do players play? What do players do? How do players play? All day, every day. Okay. Yes, that's what he was doing. She was very shady with her responses to Jacqueline, but I lived because I like shade. I love that's housewives. So let's do it, right? So I didn't see anything wrong with it. I think that your assessments on what's fluff or is not fluff is up to you. The interview she gave. Is she performing? Is it performative? Of course she's performing.
Yes, very.
But I mean, I don't mean it in the way that you mean it.
All right, what you mean by performative?
She wants to continue to be in this space.
Okay, I see that.
Yeah, that's what I took. This is what she wants to do. I can't say that. But I did find it interesting that she gave Carlos the interview and did not save it for reunion, which films in a week or two. So she's not going to be on the cast trip, and now I'm wondering if she's going to be at the reunion because she would have saved that for reunion, right?
Interesting.
I'm dropping, and y'all not picking.
I think she also was being attacked though, and she did say that. Like,
but still,
I know. I'm just
she
saying.
was.
She was being attacked.
Bravo likes to have that exclusive first. You know how pissed they were. The whole lexicon of Bravo was pissed that Robin did what she did, but she didn't give it to them.
That's why she was fired.
They weren't pissed that she was hiding it. They was pissed that when she revealed it, she didn't give it to them. Catch that dirt.
Behind a paywall on Patreon.
Now we're cooking.
Yeah. Carlos called her a star. Would you agree with that assessment?
I would have up until this story, and she didn't own it like a star. So now I'm like, But at the beginning, I was 10 toes down, all in on Jassi. She shut that door on Ashley. She was calling people gangsters and alcohol. She was popping. She was hot. She was. But she didn't own this like a star.
She didn't give me authentic. I'm sorry. I don't
know her enough to know if that's not authentic. I think that's her.
She was a little extra. She was a little extra. I
think that might be her.
It could be. But it was just like, yeah, he flew me to Paris, and I was just like, okay, girl.
So what's wrong with that?
It's nothing wrong with it, but
I feel it's not a monolith diva.
No, I'm not saying that, but also what I'm saying to you is she over-explained it on the show and she misspoke. You said y'all was on and off for 3 years. Now you saying
I was gagged. I didn't even know that he was kissing her in January of this year.
This is what I'm saying.
Well, what I'm saying, no. I'm gonna keep it real. Now, what also struck me as crazy is like, is this love at first sight? And the reason why I asked if this is love at first sight, because she said they met in 2022 outside of a club. They did not do anything that whole year of 2022 but talk on the phone. After exchanging Instagrams, 2023 they started dating, and he didn't get the cookies initially, but eventually he did get the cookies or whatever it was. The word she was using, the word wasn't cookies, but she was using a different word. but they intimate. They were intimate in 2023. He kisses this lady in January of 2024. Ironically, the same month that you were sitting, and then the next month, February, you sit in the baby mama seat, and now by August, you guys are engaged.
I don't know if I definitely don't believe that. And she was sitting there like, girl, and this is what kind of gave me very performative was, girls, you should learn from me. I didn't give him no cookies. Y'all should learn from me. That was the thing that was like, this ain't a how-to guide.
I was taking notes. I don't give a damn. We have over 100 people in the room. I did go ahead and drop the phone line. Give us a call if you want to talk about some of these topics tonight, or else we're going to go ahead and leave you to your Thanksgiving cooking. And I'll see you over on the lean at 8 o'clock for the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills review. TKC says wasted all that man money on those plane tickets, and now he's not even playing.
He playing that. I mean, he on the Raiders. He on the Raiders.
Are you paid to me? So you calling in?
Yes, I am. Hi, guys. I just want to come
Hey.
in and say, hey, I just got off work and I'm exhausted, but I caught y'all.
Thank you so much.
So,
I'm sure TKC is happy about it.
say it again.
I'm sure TKC is happy.
I'm sure he is too. You know, baby. A hater is always gonna hate.
I just get a thought. See how you see? You could have just stopped it.
You walked him into it. You walked him into
No.
it.
I walked you into it.
Oh man, give your thoughts.
All he had to do was say, "I'm sure he is happy," but then it's a hate on the line. It's a hate on all the extra. See, you don't have to do all that, Diva.
Okay, Chase. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna have to put you in PR training.
I'm sorry,
Okay,
TKC. We're friends now. Chase has laid the law down. Okay, no more slander towards you, darling. Maybe, but no. I am excited for. And speaking of the Bravo Fest, I have been keeping up with it. I am very excited, specifically for Miami to see everything. No one cares. Oh my God! Congratulations to her too. Now we don't have to hear her or her husband cry. Thank you. Ugh.
Oh
No,
yes, there was a
there
new
will not
housewife
be
that
no-
was introduced. We were
there
going to
will
talk
not
about
be-
it, but I forgot.
There will not be any Beyonce slander. Okay.
Slandered. Done did it.
No.
Well, thank you so much for calling in, TKC.
I'm just playing. Y'all
Oh.
stop it. Y'all
Thank you so
don't
much.
do that because y'all do Taylor, so I can do Beyonce just a little bit. I can do her.
I don't do
I
Tay.
want you to do your thoughts. Okay, let him get his thoughts out, Diva.
But no, it is a new housewife. It is a new housewife, so I am excited for that. And then I am excited to see Julia versus Gertie unfold because I was
I'm not excited. I'm gonna cut Julia.
You said what?
I'll cut Julia. You
Why?
don't throw no drink on nobody.
She
You
threw a
don't
drink
throw no
on
drink
Gertie.
She threw a drink on Gertie?
Yeah.
Allegedly, Julia threw a drink on
Allegedly, yes, allegedly. Well, it ain't allegedly because they confirmed it. So I don't.
No, we
do
don't
we have?
allegedly until we see the footage, baby.
Okay, well,
She could have spilled the drink. It got on Gertie.
Well, yes, allegedly Julia threw a drink on Gertie. This came from Alexia and Marceau. So I want to see
You
that.
don't know the truth if the truth hit them in the face. Now I don't believe it.
But I mean, it's just confusing. Where I just want to see where the beef starts from because Julia and Gertie were friends. So I'm interested to see where this comes from. I'm interested to see if Lars is going to take any accountability.
Probably Martina being transphobic.
Oh Lord. Well,
wait, she from the community and she being transphobic? Oh my God, I ain't know that.
Lord Jesus, that's unfortunate in the words of Candace Dillard. But yes, I'm looking forward to see if Lars is going to take any accountability this season. I don't have any faith in that, but you know, I'm looking forward to it. Atlanta, I'm ready to see them. I hope Portia tells the truth, honestly, because if I find it funny that she was saying what she was saying about Drew during the FanFest when she is a known liar too. But hey, it is what it is with that too. I'm interested to see what Phaedra did, considering how they bragging about these 2 weeks. I'm ready to see that too, because if she got a full-time peach, she better did something, and they ain't had number 2 weeks left coming in, because they could have saved that. What else? I am glad that they are revamping Vanderpump Rules. I couldn't stand none of them heifers. My God, I could not stand Lala Kent to save my life. Oh, I could not stand that lady. So I was sick of Tom. I was sick of Ariana and her Brooke Loganism that she has going on. Like, she was just so hurt, even though she lost him how she got him. Because if I recall, he cheated on Kristen with her. That's how they got together. So is it a wonder why, the same thing happened to you, girl? Once a cheater, always a cheater, darling. So it is what it is. They just were insufferable as a whole. The only likable one was Katie, for real, for real. So I'm happy about them rebooting that. Absolutely. So.
All right, Demetrio. Well, thank you so much for calling in. We got a line out the door tonight, so I do appreciate you for calling in. Hopefully, I can see you clock in next week. I appreciate you. Thank you. That wasn't shade. That was like saying I was.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, all right. Hey, Dashawn.
Hey, I'll be quick. The interview with Jassi, I kind of believe her because she was a flight attendant. She didn't have time to spend with him. He off footballing and practicing. She off flying. And the way she said it, the only reason why they met is because he wanted his kids there at the Super Bowl. But she didn't want to send the kids with his mama because his mama was going to pick them up. She demanded that she went. So it wasn't no relationship. It seemed like she was getting back at him. Like she knew he was leaving. She was like getting back at him, like using the kids as a tug and pull with him. That's how they met. Because she said she was sitting there with his mama and his whole family, and he introduced all of them to her. So they was getting ready to get together to be a family. And he said something about only reason why he did the Christmas like that, because it's like he had to do what he had to do in order to see his kids. It's like she putting conditions on how he see the kids. That's the impression that I got. And he actually sat down and talked.
Like how a lot of women do.
So she could be a little bitter. It could be something to that effect. Now, for Phaedra, she ain't going to do nothing. Atlanta ain't going to get no better than what it is. They just going to tune in to see if they do freaking frack and say her little phrases, and then that's all she going to do. She really not going to contribute nothing. But that's all good. Okay, bye.
What you cooking?
Oh, I'm cooking nothing. I'm going out, but my husband gonna wait till yesterday at 4:00. Talking about, I want dinner at home. Well, you gonna have to wait till Saturday.
Bye.
Bye.
Saturday, and last but certainly most not least, ooh. Hey, Mel.
Hey.
Hey, Mel.
Hey. What I was going to say, oh my gosh. Yeah, so the Vanderpump Rules, I wish they would have canceled the show, because I just found that it was, problematic over these past couple of years. They had a lot of issues over there with racism. And for me, Bravo dropped the ball during the Black Lives Matter movement, because, at the beginning of everything, they kind of just sort of, I don't know, they try to be diverse with adding different characters to the shows, but they didn't really, they really didn't nurture them. It was almost like they did it because of the way the country was. Now that it's going where it's going, I can't really sit around to let these characters get away with what they're going to get away with. So I can't support those kind of programs. Actually, when it comes to Bravo, when it comes to a lot of the ladies, like the Kelly Dodds and it's a lot of problematic people in that universe. And if they don't hold them accountable, I won't watch those shows. I won't support those, especially for the next 4 years. I just simply won't, because Bravo is all about money, and they don't want to really hold people accountable when we did have the right government in action. Now that we have the lunatics, running the Capitol, I don't think that they will, hold these people accountable. Nene, you know what? I think that you're right, Chase, about that, because, when I think of Nene and Kim, like you were saying, I didn't think about that until you said that. When I think about Nene and Kim, they still like the older version of Paris and Nicole. Yeah, they had that funness, and when they're good, they had that funness. So I think when it comes to podcasts, as a viewer, when it comes to podcasts and YouTube channels, stuff like that, just as a viewer, you got to have good chemistry. you got to have good chemistry. Even if you're sitting around, you're drinking your wine and say, you know what, girl, this is going to be a good podcast. If you don't have chemistry, it might not work. Because Nene has a platform, I'm going to check it out. Because listen, I'd admit up here, I even checked out Reasonably Shady at one point. I wanted to see what they talk about. I check out all the shows. Whenever the people talk about, I had a podcast, I'll give them one time to see what's going on. So I'm going to definitely be watching Miss Nene. So yeah, but I'm not sure if it'd be like, groundbreaking. She could have did better than that, but I'm definitely going to support because I like her. And I think that's it. And you said, am I using Miss Patty LaBelle pies? No, I only use those on Easter. I make my own sweet potato pies and the Christmas and Thanksgiving time. And yeah, that's what we do. We're making pies and cakes and all those kind of stuff tonight. And I'm making desserts and everybody else is making the other stuff.
All right. Well, enjoy your time with you and yours. And thank you so much for calling in, Mel.
All right.
That colorist podcast no more.
Yes, ma'am. I won't.
All right, you guys. That was one hell of a happy hour. We were trying to give you a reprieve and a break from all of that holiday cooking going on around there, the holiday starvation while you get ready to eat it tomorrow, and in Sean's case, Saturday. I digress.
What y'all eating tomorrow?
Over 100 people are in the room with us right now. We appreciate that. We'll see you next week for happy hour. Make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. We are almost to 1,000 subscribers, and that gets us monetized over here at YouTube. It's a very important thing for us. We're working very hard to make sure that we hit that goal. So help us and support us. Support me, Marlo. Do I have to start playing that? So you guys start subscribing. But I want to thank you so much for making our social medias the place to be on X, as well as Blue Sky, Instagram, and our TikTok, which has been booming. And follow us over there as well. You guys have a good night. I want to thank Cortez and I believe it was Zoel for their super chats. I want to thank Mel Demicio, and Sean for calling in. Thank you, Cortez. Love. Miss Marnita for joining us. TKC for joining us. Sean, Amanda K, and everyone else who joined in with us. I appreciate you. Enjoy your holidays, and you may get a surprise holiday drop from me tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. Until then, happy Turkey Day. And let me see if I can close this because I can't seem to close it. But she got two computers and don't know how to work either one of them. Bye.
Bye, y'all.